Retro! Let's go.
Well, anyway, the other day I was rummaging through one of my random boxes of video games, and I came across this weird-looking old with the label that's been, like, completely shredded off of it. And I was just wondering, like, what is this? Like, you have no idea what it is. So here's what the pretty much looks like. It's pretty bad condition, like somebody's really the living shit out of it. But anyway, I and turned it on, and lo and behold, it was none other than Operation Wolf. Okay, video game history lesson. Back in 1987, there was an arcade game that came out that was called Operation Wolf. And basically, it was a shooter game. It had a gun on it, and it actually had an infamous gun.
Uzi 9mm.
Welcome back to the Retrogamer3 show. I am him, and today we are going to do another traditional nice little rant on a crappy video, which was a very popular gun at the time. Now, it was attached to the arcades. It wasn't on a cable, so you couldn't exactly aim with it the way you wanted to, but you know what I mean? You could still aim on the screen with it, and you know, you just shot at enemies and occasionally fired RPGs at them. It was a very simple game, but it was one of the very first games that I felt that had a rumble pack in it. So whenever you fired your Uzi, it would always like rattle and shake the controller like, you know, trying to mimic a real Uzi 9mm gun. And it was kind of neat because it added to the realism of the game, kind of put you in it a little bit more. Now, like I said before, the game is very, very, very simple. All you do is you just fire at everything there is on the screen and, you know, kill the bad guys and don't shoot the good guys. And then at the end, you manage to rescue, or you try to rescue, certain POWs. That's the whole operation of the game. You know, maybe someone's frustrations, or, you know, maybe they were just, like, seriously despised Operation Wolf, you know? Like, I personally didn't, but I do think that it is in one of my top 5 worst arcade conversions to the NES. Okay, where to start with this game? I don't know. Well, I guess we'll start with the graphics. The graphics, I understand, in the arcade are a little bit better than 8-bit, so I don't expect them to copy it exactly on the Nintendo. Oh, God. It's so horrible. I mean, it's just a mockery of the arcade. It doesn't really look anything or play anything like the arcade.
No shit! A game for the 8-bit NES doesn't look exactly like what you played at the arcades with raster graphics capable of 1024 colors whose CPUs are more advanced and more sophisticated than the NES?
But I mean, when you look at it, the enemies are borderline stick figures. I mean, that's bad. I mean, they did not put a lot of effort, if any at all, into this game. Duck Hunt, Hogan's Alley, I mean, Wild Gunman, I mean, they all were almost identical to the arcade. You know, they could have put a little bit more into Operation Wolf.
Let's start with the Zapper. Back then we just called it the gun, because that's what it is. There's nothing more satisfying than just shooting the fuck out of things. It was the quintessential gaming accessory. Almost every console had their own version of the gun. Only problem, it doesn't work so great anymore. Depends on the game, the kind of TV you're using, and the gun itself. I have 3 of them.
Another gripe that I have with this game is, why is it in games that require you to do nothing but shooting, they give you an ammunition limit? It totally blows my mind, because I'm just like, once you're out of ammunition in this game, you're fucked. It's game over, man. It's game over. Now, the game was made by Taito, who also made the arcade. But I mean, it's not necessarily the lack of control or the music that is like non-existent in this game. It's just so bleeding boring. I mean, this has got to be one of the most boringest games ever.
This has got to be one of the most boringest games ever. One of the most boringest games ever. One of the most boringest games ever. Boringest games ever.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 16th edition of the Grand Fail Awards. I am your host, Microsoft Sven, and now we move on to the next category, gaming.
I mean, there's no real content to it. It's just like, all you do is just keep shooting. That's all you do, is just shoot everything on the screen and occasionally launch an RPG that does an explosion, if you can call it that. This is an explosion. This is an explosion. This is not an explosion. The game actually also spawned some sequels. There was Operation Thunderbolt that came out, and I also remember that one. But instead of Uzis, you had MAC-10s, and you could play 2 players at the same time. So it was an improvement over the original. There was also an Operation Wolf 3 that I noticed, and you can also get the game's original arcade form of Thunderbolt and Operation Wolf on a PlayStation. It's called Taito Legends. You can also get it on Xbox and PC. So that's it. That's all I have to say about this game that I discovered, that is Operation Wolf. I mean, it's just pure laziness put into it, okay? Pure laziness. And if no one's going to do anything about it, I'm going to do something about it.
You're dead. Your friends are dead. Your family's dead. Your fucking pets are being skinned alive. Your mom's a fucking whore. You suck at life. The whole world hates you. You're going to hell. Live with it. Game over.
Hello and welcome back everyone to the Retrogamer3 show. Now before I get to the game segment part, I just want to address all of the lovely trolls out there who you're so beloved. I'm going to make this very simple so that even you can understand. If you don't like my videos, don't watch them. It's very, very simple. I mean, I don't know, I can't really make it any more simpler than that. I mean, I wish I had like a Vietnamese kid with Down